When I'm working with buyers, a hack that I always teach them is put it on paper. If you like a house, submit the offer. Because at the end of the day, all they can say is no. No one's coming to your house. No one's putting a gun to your head. All that seller can say is no. And that's all you need to know. Or they're going to sign it back with a number that they want. There are so many houses on the market right now, and there is so much inventory out there, and so many of those listings are overpriced. The only way you're going to find a good deal, the only way you're going to knock that number into, and let's say if a house is listed at $1 million, but it should only sell at around low 900s, right? The only way to know that is to put in an offer. The likelihood of the seller dropping that to that quote unquote realistic number is pretty slim. And usually what happens when they do, so this is the key, you got to get to the seller before they do any price drop, because when they do the price drop and bring it in line with the market, then a lot of people tend to rush in because they perceive that as a good deal, and then the house gets bid back up. And that's the whole strategy of the bidding war that we see oftentimes. It's not that the houses go into a bidding war naturally. It's not naturally occurring. A lot of times we are cultivating that outcome because we're underpricing the house. So as an example, a house that you expect to sell at $1 million, we price it at 800 or 850, and of course it gets lots of eyes. More eyes means potentially more offers, means higher price, right? That's the game that people say, but people still show it works, and that's why agents use it. That's the reality. So in terms of a solid buyer strategy, put in your offer, especially in a market like we're in 2026. Putting it on paper is key. To just float an idea past somebody, hey, no, that does not work. They're going to say no every single time, but you put it on paper, it makes them think. They have to sign it back or not. And a lot of times, and I've had this happen many times in my over 15 years in the real estate business, is that you'll put in an offer, the seller will just disregard it totally. But I'll tell you, oftentimes in a slower market like we're in right now in 2026, you'll get a call back from that listing agent in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and they'll say, is your client still interested? Because my client's thinking a little differently now. And that happens honestly, and it happens all the time. So the only way you're going to do it, and the best way to move as a buyer, if you like the house, submit the offer. Doesn't really matter what it looks like. You might piss a couple people off, but at the end of the day, that's the only way you're going to know. And as I always say to people, so many people in the market right now, they're not playing to win, they're just playing not to lose. So which way are you going to go?